My friends, today we're going to go over Chris Chan's newest letter from jail, and as you can see on screen, it's another one of those ones. You know, the full letter isn't here, the person had to summarize it, but it was sent to that person Helena again, not Kengel. And the person who's transcribing this is that dude Eels and Egg Man. There's a lot of people coming and going with these letters. Actually, it's just them three, Helena, Kengel, and the Eels guy, but they were nice enough to summarize it for us, so we're going to go over it. If I sound a little worse for wear, I apologize, but we're going to get through this one today, and we're going to have some laughs, and, you know, it's just going to be another wacky day of reading another wacky-ass Chris letter. So let's jump right into this shit. They start out by saying that Chris, I guess, puts the date up there, 06/13/2052. They say that Chris continues to use the backwards 5. I mean, it's a backwards 2, not a backwards 5. He's using the 5, but he wants the 5 to look like a 2 as well, kind of, because like the 5 kind of looks like a backwards 2, and it'll make up a heart. Like I said, we go into this in the beginning of all of these letters. Chris always does this shit. Chris talks about and gives detailed script on what to draw for 3 pages. So I guess this person's writing like a comic or something, and Chris needs to have his insight given, because if Chris's insight isn't given, that shit is not canon and Chris wants nothing to do with it. But and Chris gives a little doodle of how soul bonding works. It's just holding hands. Soul bonding's been the way he's described his relations with Barbara. It went from cuddling to now holding hands, and it's really just Chris's way of getting around saying that he flat out fucked her. So Chris goes on to say that the stories that this person sent are good, but the script that Chris made is better. Obviously, you know, once again, Chris has brought up that nobody should be doing Sonichu while he's in there. It's all not real until he gets out. And it's just classic Chris to say that, you know, my shit's better. No, he probably didn't even look at this person's thing. He just was like, yeah, that's cool, but here's mine. Use this one because, like, you know, I'm the good shit. One thing that I want to bring up, and I probably should have brought it up at the beginning, if you're asking the question, well, how do you know this is from Chris? I mean, these are the people who've been writing them, you know, these are the same people who have been putting out all the letters. If this ends up not being real, I'll just delete it anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's real. And one other thing I need to bring up is that even though it's annoying that these people aren't releasing the full letters, I do understand why they're not, because you may be going along the mindset of, well, Chris isn't going to fucking know, he's in jail. Well, you know, the second somebody releases one of these letters Chris says don't release, some ween's going to write Chris in jail and be like, oh, Chris, you can't write these people no more, you know, they're invading your privacy, just like you invaded Barb's. Alright, let's move on. Confirmation that alien doom cults that think of Jesus as an alien are wrong. What? I shouldn't be shocked with anything Chris says. You know, he's said much more kooky shit than that, but it's still, stuff like that always catches me off guard. Like, where does he get this from? Quote unquote saying garbage in their speculations. But yeah, you know, Chris does not want Jesus to be like, oh, that's himself, I guess, because Chris is Jesus, remember that? So, I guess he does not want people to think he's an alien. Chris goes on to say, it is okay to not believe. Chris believes anyway, and took a while for Chris to do so. If he's talking about believing in God, like, isn't that against the first fucking commandment? And I know Chris breaks, like, every single commandment, like, on a daily basis, especially the one about his parents, but, like, his idea of his weird made-up religion is just so fascinating to me. Like, you know, you ever read that verse in the Bible where Jesus apparently said, like, I am God, there are no other gods before me, but if you don't believe that, bro, it's cool, like, you just chill. But I mean, shit, the Bible's clearly not where Chris got his idea of religion, because you can see on the bottom here that Chris learned from Aang and Korra to be a goddess. You know, it's good to know that even though Chris has spent 10 months behind bars, he's still remembering his favorite cartoons. It's probably the only thing that well, obviously it's the only fucking thing he's thinking about. It's the only thing keeping him hanging on to reality is all these cartoon characters. But still, you know, there's less we're really pushing away from the actual Bible shit and getting more into the pony shit and the cartoon character shit. You know, it's always been there in Chris's letters, but for a while there, they were really biblical. like biblical as fuck, and they still are, because Chris was obviously just getting all of his ideas from a Bible. But I think more and more as he's sitting here with the idea of getting out soon, he's getting all back to his weird ways about just being in love with everything cartoon-wise. I don't really know what point I'm making here. I think I'm just saying that, it goes from whatever Chris is interested in at the time. He probably had his Bible for so long, and once that got taken away from him, he just dove back into his fucking world of Quickville and shit, which he never left, but it just became a lot more, like, religious related, I guess to say. And I think as Chris, when eventually he does get out of jail, all that Jesus shit's gonna stop, and it's just gonna go right back to the Sonichu shit. Agrees that the gods alongside the god Emmanuel used to be more bloodthirsty. First off, that's just, why are the gods bloodthirsty? I want to keep reading this, but hold up. Why are the gods, the gods alongside Emmanuel and all that, in what context, why are they bloodthirsty? But now they're loving, and they will not punish mystics or witches, oh thank God, but will leave toxics behind. So, I don't know what the point of that shit is. Like, I don't know. It's just pretty fucking scary thought that the angels and all, like all the, if you are a believer and all that stuff, that, God's up there just waiting to get you through those pearly gates so he can eat you. But, I don't really understand where witches and mixed mystics come in, but at the end of the day, all that's important is Chris has to push his narrative that if you are a toxic, you will still get left behind. Even though the old god was like a fucking asshole and he would have taken you out, nowadays he's a lot more loving, but if you're like someone against me, yeah, he'll still fuck you up. So, just like all of Chris's things, it all has to tie back into, what he ultimately wants. And that's to get all the haters and fakes out of his fucking face. Because he still blames everybody else for what he did and why he's in jail right now. Just really, really sitting in there pretty goddamn salty, and every letter proves it. Also, Helena or Eels and Egg Man, whoever wrote this, you can't spell for shit. Like, what the how did you spell not wrong? Something about CPUs working for a long time, and a character called Ray Wrights losing to them, ? Well, now I'm on board with you, Eels and Eggman or Helena. I don't understand half the shit Chris says either. It's probably one of those lines where I usually read the letter and just go, okay, because you don't really understand it. So now Ray Wrights is here, and he's losing to all these gods. I'm in the corner of Ray Wrights. I hope he can get by. Take these gods out one by one. Pride, ? Not a sin. Arrogance, ? Is the sin. Police and politicians are not only arrogant, but greedy. Is that not the fucking pot calling... Yeah, but they will be left behind if you didn't know, because of course they fucking will be. Not all cults are bad. Wow, it's really happening. For months, I think since the first video I've made on this channel, people have been writing saying, damn, Chris sounds like a crazy fucking cult leader now, or at least he's trying to be. And he's really gonna try to make his own cult, and the only followers that he's gonna have is Sockness and maybe a couple dickheads off of Twitter. But other than that, the cult of Chris Chan is gonna be a real fucking mess once he gets out of jail. Look at all the religious branches that come from just believing in Jesus. Dude. So basically he's saying every religion is a cult. That's what I can take from that. Atheists are okay because they found strength in themselves. It's okay for you, Helena, to not believe in me. We watch over you anyway. What a weird god this is. Like, what a weird fucking god that could saying that, like, yeah, nah, it don't matter. None of you guys have to believe in me if you don't want it. It's up to you. You'll find me eventually. Helena's mom had to die to make her the woman she is today. Yeah, death is sad and hard, but we all have to go through it. Okay, Helena, I'll tell anyone who can hear this that you should never write Chris, but next time you write him back, write "fuck you" to the statement like that. Like, don't let him say that shit to you. He's just trying to, he's such a little asshole. Because any type of thing he hears that's bad, he wants to bring it into his fucking world. When he heard about the Ukraine and Russia crisis, he uses it to say that they're all fucking toxic and shit. And now he's gonna say that, yeah, oh, that happened to you? Actually, that's a good thing because it made you stronger. Like, fuck you. Don't, I get it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't get it. This is fucking weird. When God punished the Pharaoh, also punished his people. Evil energies like demons were the cause of his arrogance. Hell wants to extinguish the good of the righteous ones through bullies. So once again, basically Chris is saying, he's been such a righteous and good person his whole life, and hell has just been throwing all these bullies and trolls at him. And he always tries to say, like, now because he's God, that everyone has to do this. And he talks about it like how he went through this so hard because, he was such a good man, such a great man before he got locked up for doing what he did. And, it's just, he always comes back to fucking bullies and trolls and shit. I brought it up like 10 times throughout this video. No matter where Chris goes with his ramblings, it'll always tie back to the trolls. The Devil Pact Helena did 10 years ago is null and void. All debts are paid. Helena gets personally blessed. Well, I'll be fucking shocked. A woman writes Chris, and Chris is immediately like, oh, no, all the shit that I hate, talking to the devil and all that, which would probably make you a toxic hater. That's cool. And also, you get a personal blessing from me. So, I've brought it up before. If you're like a Kengel writing Chris, he's going to make a bunch of demands, say all this bullshit. But if you're a female who writes Chris, he's going to be so much more open to talking to you. However, just like we already talked about a few minutes ago, never write Chris. Don't be one of these. Like, you don't want to get wrapped up in his world. There's no reason to. Nothing he's going to write you is going to be of value. I don't really get the fascination with writing him, like, personally, but I'll gladly read these letters, so let's move on. Demons are having fun, but just you wait. I don't know what that means, but I guess the demons are gonna really be having some fucking fun once Chris gets out. I think that's a bad thing, though. Aren't the demons the toxics? I don't know. Helena is nice for seeing that jail has been ideal. Yeah, Chris definitely is opening up to her just because it's a female. Chris made the same wish for a comfy life. What? Oh, so he's back to saying, jail's not bad. Jail's actually, it's kind of nice. It's a vacation in here. I got a nice view of this a few trees into the woods over here. But Chris expected more from the half-brother Cole, but what can be done? After seeing how he wrote brother, I'm starting to feel bad about making fun of this guy's spelling, because I'm starting to think he's probably doesn't have a good grasp on English. But Chris adores Pikachu. That's Helena's character. I gotta bring that up because in the last video I kept calling it Pikachu and shit. People did not like that. They were like, bro, it's Pikachu. And it was nuts. I got like 100 of y'all telling me that. Okay, I see that now, but just Jesus, people, thank y'all for letting me know. But my God, I've never gotten so many comments about one thing. But I sure as shit know that it's Pikachu now. But yeah, Chris adores Pikachu. That's Helena's OC, but is more like a nun than a husband because nuns are married to God, right? The list for the harem is way too long for Chris to write. Why do those two sentences go back to back? Like, fucking Christ. But so someone's a nun because, Chris is God and all nuns are married to God technically. So that's what Chris means by his harem. So then the person writes Chris ? Angry ? Never. Period. So I guess Chris said no, he's never fucking angry. Chris has never been angry in his life. He's calm, cool, composed. He'll never break down anywhere, especially not a courtroom or nothing. Chris always knew of Bella's betrayal. That's just him retconning shit. If you knew that, Chris, you would have shut your fucking mouth when you got on that phone call with her and spilled the beans. That's I swear to God, that Chris has probably sat there for 10 months just kicking himself for picking up that phone that day. Chris tried to save her, but she was possessed by demons. Oh no, So instead of just admitting, yeah, I'm a dickhead for that, and yeah, she's like kind of an asshole for like, pushing that, which, it is Chris who did all these acts. You can't blame Bella entirely. But Bella was still on that phone call knowing she was talking to a dude who's not all there and being like, wow, Chris, that's awesome that you're doing this to your mom. So, it's always going to be that bitch can get fucked 6 ways till Sunday. No one gives a shit about Bella. But at the same time, I just loved seeing him try to walk this shit back, being like, yeah, I knew about it. Like, no, he wishes he knew about that shit. But Bella did not participate in the sales of quick items, but only did that animated clip. I probably should know what that is, but I have no fucking idea what that is. For some reason, Chris refers to the sutress not being is the pedophile, quote-unquote, scandal Bella was cooking up. What does Chris mean by that? Was the sutress underage, question mark? Okay, so that could be a bombshell. That genuinely, because if you find out that girl, what was her name? Pink-haired girl from the beginning. How do I forget her fucking name right now? The girl who was like the one that was actually wanted to fuck Chris. I don't know. Her name doesn't need to be out there anyway. The sutress is a better way to refer to her. But so what they're saying here, Chris was talking about some pedophile scandal Bella was cooking up, and I think what the guy here thinks Chris was inferring was that the girl that the girl that Bella was trying to hook Chris up with was underage. I think it was just Bella trying to do anything bad to Chris. Like, she probably was trying to get him to, like, she was trying to blackmail him with a bunch of shit. She had this shit that he did to his mom, so she knew about that. She was probably trying to get him to do a lot of weird shit. But yeah, no, I don't know what this is about. I'm not going to dig too deep into this. It could mean anything. Like I said, we're going off of some dude who's literally talking about a letter that he read and trying to let us know what happened. So it could mean a completely different thing, because anybody could interpret Chris's words one way or another, because they're all so fucking confusing. Again, Chris has secrets only the other gods know. I don't know what those secrets could be, but we will never receive the doxes, names, addresses, etc. of people that writes to Chris. That's just more of him saying that, the goddess log that Chris had said he'd publish every letter in and all that people said, most likely would have the addresses and all of everyone who writ Chris. Chris said, like, nah, he's not going to do that. But at the same time, it's still Chris. Who the fuck knows, but I'd put money on him somehow, someway, accidentally doing it if he doesn't mean to do it intentionally. Something about 1, a dream state, 2, make a sacrifice to go home, and 3, to clean the house, or to clean the temple, the house, since Barb is gone. Okay, shit, so that seemingly confirms what a lot of people have been saying. Well, obviously, people have been going to Chris's house and seeing that there was no trash cans out front, and the house looked empty, and there's Chris saying that, yeah, Barb ain't in the fucking house no more. So honestly, when Chris gets out, if that house is still there and it's in their name, that probably is where Chris is going to go back to. Even if Barb was still there, I expected Chris to go back to that house, but, yeah, shit, Barb ain't living there no more. The family probably took her in, maybe put her in a home, maybe she's living with them. We don't know where Barb is specifically, but there's Chris saying, Chris, apparently in this letter, Chris says that, Barb doesn't live in the house anymore. So, shit, that really, confirms a lot of those rumors of people saying that they saw inside the house, like they looked through a window and the house looked cleared out. They probably did just fucking throw shit out. But Chris saying that he's going to clean and all since Barb's gone, I think that's just him having wishful thinking that everything's still there when it's probably not. But yeah, shit. It's I don't really know why he's so nonchalant about this, saying that Barb is gone. But then again, in that letter a few weeks ago, he was trying to pin the blame on her. So I don't think he gives a fuck anymore. All he cares about is getting home now and getting back to that crib. Chris has Magichan and the rest when, quote-unquote, Crystal Weston Chandler Sonichu will be born. No due date. What happened in jail, question mark? Oh my fucking god, are we really about to get the childhood saga? Like, are we really about to get the saga where Chris claims that he's gonna really be a father? That Chris claims that, you know, all these years where he said that his dream is to give, didn't he say once it was to give birth? But, he's not the one giving birth. I guess Magichan's gonna be the one giving birth to his rightfully named daughter, Crystal Weston Chandler. And apparently, while Chris has been in jail, he's been getting busy on that. And someone's pregnant with Chris's daughter, and they have no due date, but they'll be here soon, apparently. What the fuck? I agree at the end of that. Like, what happened in jail? But yeah, no, apparently, Chris is not only God, he's not only innocent of all this stuff, but now he's gonna have a child. So, congratulations to Chris Chan on your firstborn, whatever. If it's a Sonichu, if it's a Pokemon, if it's whatever the fuck. But it's a bombshell. No spoilers for the books Chris is writing. He's not going to get more than fucking 15 pages into whatever book he's writing before he just goes off on a tangent and wants to complain to someone in a letter. The merge is complete, but is taking a while because the toxics needs to be taken care of. Just Chris once again trying to back up his own bullshit. And, if the merge did happen, I thought it was also. I think he did say that it would take a little while for everybody to, all be phased out and sent to where, or stay on this earth while all the good people go to the new earth. But shit's taking a lot longer than I thought, Chris. But then Chris writes, "Thank you for caring," and his signature. How the fuck did I get over 20 minutes out of this? I don't know. But look, let's call a spade, ladies and gentlemen. This was not my greatest video. I can tell you all that from a mile away. But I'm trying to get back into this. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but I don't know how long this is going to take. But you know what, guys? I still love making these, and I missed coming on here and talking, so I just wanted to say a bunch of shit. And it's great to be back, and hopefully we can keep getting videos out at a slightly better pace than, every 10 fucking days. But we're going to have to work back to that. But man, I thank all y'all for all your support. Like, everyone who's made it this far, you're all fucking goats. Everyone who's wrote, nice messages and all. Everyone who's wrote any messages, shit. Even if you called me a dickhead, thank you for some criticism, I guess. I don't fucking know. Just anyone who's ever wrote a comment or dropped a like or whatever, thank you. I want to give shouts outs to Sky, Holly, Club Doom, Liz Vendor, Werman, Bjornson, Cody Hale, Vanessa, Sergey, Krabby, your mom. Just thank you to all you goats. And, so that's going to be today's video. I'm going to try to kick back, spark a nice blunt up and see how we feeling. But shit, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the rest of y'all have a great weekend. What is it, Saturday? Oh, shit. Tonight, tomorrow. I hope you had a good last night. Friday night was popping off for y'all. But I hope you have a great night tonight. Got a relaxing day tomorrow. And shit, the next weekend will be here before you know it. And 4th of July is coming up soon. So, if you're in the States, we're going to party hard, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not in the States, still party hard. Why not? It's just a day to celebrate. For what? I don't even know anymore. Let's just get drunk. But yeah, guys, take care, and I just want to say thank you all for making it this long, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe.